custom body panels.
What did you do to my truck?
It's got wabi-sabi.
You can't win an argument by making up words.
Wabi-sabi is an Eastern tradition, Dad. It's celebrating the beauty in what's flawed. Like the crack in the Liberty Bell or the mole on Cindy Crawford's face.
Hi, my name is Nick. This is my little show I like to call Sunday Driver Rides. Thank you for joining me. It is appreciated. This week, let's give old Ron, my old Ford F100, some love, huh? All right, what I mainly want to do is make the inside pretty. So, what are we gonna do? Well, that dash looks kind of not the best, you know. I've got those old stickers like Golf One and whatever the other one is there, and you see I don't have a radio in it anymore, and it just it's a big hole with tangs sticking out, you know. Look at that. That's nice, right? Yeah. There's, you know, look at it needs a good cleaning and some paint, you know. So let's do that. All right, fast forward a bit. You can see I took the gauge cluster out. I wanted to see if the voltmeter and ammeter would work, and it does not. I've got power going to it now, and it just didn't want to work. So it's a bummer. And they've had an old one in here. Where did I put that dang thing? Here it is. You can see it's cracked. It didn't look good. So we're gonna get rid of it. I got another idea so we can see our voltage. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna I don't know, I think we're gonna start masking stuff up. I wanna get this green painted today. So let's mask some of this up. I gotta get those stickers off like I said earlier and clean up like that stuff, and let's get ready to paint this thing on, mask stuff off. All right, so to get this cleaned up, all I'm doing is taking a little bit of wet steel wool. Let's see if this helps clean it up. A little bit, not much. But you know what? I'm just gonna do this. I'll scuff it, and then I'll hit this. This is obviously rust. I'll hit it with a rust converter quick, and then we'll paint it, and then life will be good. Ooh, it is working if I sit here and scrub for hours upon hours upon hours, or maybe not. Fast forward a bunch. I've got most of it masked off, but I'm out of masking tape. You can see I kind of started going crazy. I'm just like, you know what, let's do the inside of the doors too. So I still got to do that side, but I'm out of tape. But you know what? I'm going to start spraying what I can. And, well, some of that, I think I got to get a rust converter, like I said, in that corner and stuff. While that's drying, I can go get more tape. So let's start painting, huh? All right, it is the next day. It is green. It is very green. It looks way nicer than what it did. Let's unmask it and just see what we got. You know how satisfying it is to take tape off after you've painted something? It is satisfying. Oh. Huh. Well, I accidentally left these out all night. Smooth move, Nick. All right, fast forward a bit. I got all the masking tape off. I mean, honestly, I think it looks pretty dang good. So don't get me wrong, it's still just an old beater farm truck, but I like this whole thing, and it looks way nicer and cleaner. So next, I'm gonna put that light back in, but the cover for this thing looks like death. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to cut out the middle here. I mean, it's already cracked. It's not like I can hurt it more, right? And then maybe I'll just use it as like a border, and maybe I'll even paint it. So let's see what we can do. All right, fast forward a bit, and there's that. So I took a little file to it and filed it down. I know that corner's cracked, but when we put the screws in it, it'll hold it in place. Now what I'm trying is, see that? I painted that brown. I want to paint the visors brown so it matches the ceiling. So what I did was, I got this Fusion paint and primer in one, so it's green, but I just used it as like a primer. Put that down first, and then I put this brown that I got on it, and I think it's adhering to it. So you know what? That feels nice and dry already. I think we're gonna try that. You can see the green on the one side. So yeah, so we are. I'm gonna hit it with that first and use it as a primer, and then I'll hit it with the brown. And we'll try the visors, like I said, too, and pray that works. And a little bit later, look at that. Look at that sexy looking thing. That looks way better. I know it's still got a crack in the corner, but I don't care. That looks way better. And I bet you the light will actually shine better too without having that piece of crap in the way. Yeah, that's what was on it. Look at that. How did anything shine through that? Junk. Okay, so we did some hillbilly stuff here. I just unmasked everything, and I'm not going to mask everything back up. One thing I forgot to mention in this clip is those visors. I could have taken them out, but when I did the headliner last fall and I put them back in, they were a pain to put back in. One of the screws were starting to strip on them, and so I was like, nope, we're leaving the visors right where they are when I paint them. So, and because these are all textured, you know what I did? You see how they're green now? I got that paint and primer in it. You know, it's supposed to adhere to anything. Well, I just took a rag and I just sprayed on it. And I had some rubber gloves on and I just smeared it all over. So, you know what? We're going to try to do that with the brown now. It's probably going to take a couple coats at least to get it to make it look brown. But you know what? We're going to try it. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Whoa. Oh, it's drifting into the truck. That's not what we want. The wind's not helping me today. Look at that. Perfect. Oh, yeah. All right, fast forward a bit. And there are our visors. I had to dab it on with that rag. You know, I couldn't just wipe it. But honestly, I kind of like it. It looks kind of like it's like cowhide leather or something like that. So I kind of like that. Something a little different. We're gonna let it fly. So, all right, let's keep moving. All right, next I'm gonna work on this. If you take the back screws off the back of that comes off, and then that comes off. So I want to paint this and make it look pretty and clean all that other stuff up. So let's get to it. All right, it's the next day. I primed and painted this whole thing, that off-white or cream color. I like that. I think it's nice. The paint itself sucked. It started splattering all over. I was really upset because I just bought it. You can still see it's got some roughness here, but I'm not gonna freak out too much over that. So, but anyway, you know what I'm gonna do now? I want to paint some like black inserts like it used to have. So I'm gonna do what Bob Ross would do. I'm gonna take a can of spray paint. I'm gonna spray it on top of this box, and then I'm gonna brush it on. So that just makes sense to me. I feel like that's what Bob Ross would do. All right, change of plan. I had it painted that cream color, and I started putting that black in there, and it started to lift. Maybe because I was using the only flat black that I had was a barbecue black. It was meant like high temp, so I think it reacted with the cream on there, and I was just like, oh man. So I said, the heck with it. I tried to clean it up best I could, and she's black. That's what it's gonna be, and that just makes me happy. All right, fast forward a bit. I even did the steering column because I had overspray on it from the green. I figured I would just do it anyway, even though I admit I am getting very tired of painting. Yay. All right, now that I got this unmasked, I want to do something about this. I don't like this. Oh, this is all floppy and I got tape on here. Let's see what we can do. All right, so you take the two screws out the back, one there and one there. And then this thing was cracked. So I just did the old duct tape to it, and then I wrapped this back around there. And I took a disinfectant wipe in here because it looked like something died in here. Maybe not died, but it was nasty in there. So let's screw it back down and just see what it looks like. As soon as I put those screws in, this thing started popping out in the middle. Dang it. I gotta remedy this. I don't like that. I don't like it. I mean, look at it. The steering wheel's perfect. I got to make it perfect. All right, there's our answer. We're just going to silicone that puppy up, let it dry, and then put it back in and be happy. Well, that silicone and other things that I've got painted or drying, let's work on the dash. I got some material here. We're going to lay that down and cut some holes in the vents. And so it hides the sins of this dash a little bit. All right, fast forward a bit. Look at that. We got our cardboard template made. Even got the holes cut out for the defrost. Fancy. All right, let's put this on that material and do some cutting. Look at that. Ain't she just pretty? And a little bit later, look at that. Not too shabby. What I did to flatten it out a little bit, there's a little bit of hump here, obviously you can see. I kept the cardboard under it just to plug up all the holes that were in it, and, you know, and all the cracks that were flipping up. But I'm happy with that. I mean, that's like what, maybe 20 bucks worth of material, if that. Sweet. All right, gauges are back together. Let's slap this thing all together. I'm tired of looking at it in pieces, huh? All right, it's a few days later, and the interior is done. I am happy with it. I'm very happy with it. I love the dash. Dash is probably my favorite. Now that it doesn't look like complete crap. And it does, you know. There's no more rust in the corner. Yeah, I didn't buy a seat cover, but we'll get to that later, I guess. And look at that. They even got cup holders. Look at that. Technology. Oh, and then I gotta show you that too. So as you can see, I got a new little power source there. That's nice. Watch this. When I turn the key on, look at that. It's digital. It tells you how many volts I got out on it. So I had that old amp meter that was right here. It was cracked. It didn't look good. So I was like, you know what? Let's get rid of it. I need a new power source anyway, because the other one didn't work, the new plug-in, or the old plug-in, I should say. So I got a new plug-in, and I was like, you know what? I'll just do that. You know, fancy. Yeah, I do. I like it a lot. So, where the radio was, I just put that over it. You know, I'm not going to use the radiator. I keep calling it radiator. I'm not going to use the radio anyway. You know, and two, I mean, there's still a little bit of dents too in the dash, so it's not like I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking for better and clean and more of a pleasure to drive. And then I got rid of the tape that was here. You know, I got this all screwed back in, so it's not flopping around. It's nice. It's secure. It's in there. I like it. I'm very happy with it. You know, I kind of wish I would have went two-tone with the gauge cluster, but you know what? I got other things I got to do. I love that dash. And the visors, it kind of looks like a fake, you know, like cowhide leather. I kind of like it. It's better than the dirty white, you know. And it does. It kind of matches the top here too. So. And then that is actually bright. Oh, I love that. How bright that is. Oh my, look at how bright it is now. I love it. All right, so under the hood, some changes that I have made. I put a new temp sending unit on this thing, and it was right here. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but when I would turn off the heat, you know, that's a new valve there, the temp control for inside the cab. When I put that in and I put it to cool, that cuts off coolant going to the heater core. Well, when I did that, this read that it was the temp of the engine was all of a sudden just drop, you know. I was like, what's going on? And I realized, well, duh, I can't have that there. So I put it in the back. I don't know if you can see it back there, but so it does. It reads nice now, the way it should. Oh, and I also got a voltage regulator. My amp gauge was going pegged out one day, and I went, I know what you are, so I just took a hammer or something I had in my toolbox, gave it a few taps, and it came back. Amp meter came back, you know, the way it should be, and I just knew I had to get a voltage regulator then. I do. In the past year, I've gotten the engines all rebuilt, you know, with a little bit lumpier cam. I've got new master cylinder, new power brake booster on it. I've got new brake shoes all the way around it. I got new drums in the front, you know. New wheel cylinders all the way around it. The tires I bought last year, look at, they're like brand new. still. It's awesome. I love it when they still have the nubs, right? I do. And new wipers. You can't forget the wipers. So, oh, and check that out. Can we say custom body panels? Hey, it's solid. That's all I care about, right? She got a new fuel pump, new plugs, new wires, new cap, new rotor. She got all sorts of fun stuff. I do. I really like this old truck. But I do. I love this old truck. It's awesome. I mean, it is. It feels like it's, and from much of the floor I've welded up. Hopefully you guys have seen that in past episodes, and just everything I've done to this. Exhaust, new hanger bearing for the drive shaft. I mean, there's a lot of work I've put into this thing, and I'm proud of that fact. So, but unfortunately, I think I'm going to sell it. I've said this in the past. I'm not Jay Leno. I don't have all the money in the world, and there's other vehicles I still want to build. So let's be honest. I'm spoiled. I've got the old 68 Firebird still to finish up. I've got my 69 Dodge Charger still to do. All that takes money. And I've got that old Suburban still. I want to build with my son. So all that costs money. So as much as I do, I love this truck. I really do. I think I'm going to sell it. So, and actually, next weekend is back to the 50s here in Minnesota. So, you know what? I think I might try to sell it at back to the 50s. Let's see if we can. If you're interested in the truck and you want to see it, come to the swap meet at back to the 50s, and we'll show you what it's all about. So, yeah, I don't want to sell it. I really don't. But that's life, Sometimes you got to do adult things, and that sucks. But this is one of those times, I guess, right? So, anyway, with that said, I think we're going to call this an episode. Thank you for watching. If you can like and subscribe, that'd be awesome. And once again, if you are interested in this truck, it will be hopefully at Back to the 50s swap meet on Sunday. So thanks again for watching. Take care.